Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about weighing and measuring. Um, now, um, this is for people who really have feel that they've lost control of their food intake and they can't control their portion sizes. They can't stop grazing all day. They can't. They really have issues with their weight, and they can't trust themselves to eat the amount that they need to eat in a day to stay at within a healthy weight range. Um, it's something that when I first heard about it, I thought it was the most insane thing I'd ever heard. I thought that it was um, actually quite a sick idea. Um, but as with many things, my ideas around them were so deluded or something. I don't know what I used to think that I knew it all, but until I tried other things, I realized I didn't. And eventually, I got to a place where um, even though I was not eating sugar and all that, I found portioning food really difficult. I find controlling my portion sizes really difficult. So I became willing to try it just for a day, and I've been doing it ever since for 13 years. It really, really, really helps me. Um, Now, the goal with weighing and measuring isn't to become um, more more obsessed with food. It's to free us up to be more available. It frees us up to um, be more of service in the world, to stop thinking about food so much, to stop thinking about our bodies so much, to stop thinking about how much we've eaten so much. It's a surrender. It's a sort of a spiritual surrender. Um, um, it's about knowing, okay, that this is the right amount of food for me to eat. It's not going to make me too thin. It's not going to make me put on too much weight. It's just going to balance everything out. It takes a lot of the noise out of our head because a lot of that decision making around what and when to eat is taken away. Okay, this is how much I eat at my lunch or my breakfast, my lunch, my dinner. It's sorted. I don't need to think about it. So there's a freedom that comes with it. Um, Oddly enough, it might sound crazy, and I think to all the people I know who are normal eaters, when they hear about me weighing and measuring, it does seem crazy, but they equally don't know how crazy I can be when I'm left to my own devices and trying to manage my food myself, and how um, crazy my eating can get. So this for me is that helps me to be some way normal. Um, so so and I find when people come to me who really struggle with their portion sizes, and I suggest this and they try it, it's amazing how much relief they feel. Like I've heard that so many times, but it's not totally necessary. I also know many people who used to binge eat, no longer binge eat, and don't weigh and measure. They just um, eyeball their portions, and they're totally happy with that, and that's perfect too. Everyone is very very individual. Um, and a lot of people I work with at the beginning, can't get their head around it, aren't able to or willing, and that's totally fine as well. You know, as I've often said in my videos, I meet people where they're at because I've known that I'm only willing to do what I'm willing to do at any particular time. But anyway, for those people who are ready, I'm sharing a little bit about it. So I find that the best thing to have is it's a digital scales. This is one I've had for donkey's years. It's a Salter scales, and I I my plan, my weights have changed over the years, and I've changed them always with the help of somebody. Um, and there can be a little bit of trial and error at the beginning, working out what the right weights for you is. And it's not like you have the exact same calories per meal, because if you have, say, lamb mince compared to fish, or a white fish, there'll be a different calorie count in both, but it's not about calories. It's about surrendering to an amount, and over time it balances out. So one day you might have fish, another day you might have lamb, another day you might have chicken, another day you might have nuts, whatever. It sort of balances out and keeps you at a pretty even weight. Um, so I weigh my carb when I was eating. I don't eat carb anymore, but when I was eating carb, I'd weigh my carb, cooked, my meat or my fish or my protein. So that could be cheese, eggs. I wouldn't really weigh eggs unless they were huge or tiny, because I just have two as a portion. But any of the protein, so cheese. beans, fish, anything like that I would weigh. That would be my protein portion. And then I'd weigh my carb portion separately and my vegetable portion separately and my fat portion separately and put them all together to make a balanced meal. Now, how much is the right portion for you? Will What I would suggest is working with somebody, like I help people with that, or there's 12-step fellowships that you can go to that they'd help you to get an amount. Don't worry if it's not exactly the right amount at the beginning. If it's too much, you can always reduce it. If it's too little, you can increase it. It takes time and to work out what is the right amount, and then as life changes, that amount will change. Mine changed during breastfeeding, when I was pregnant. If I had a really physical job, I needed to eat more, and I'm much more sedentary now, so I need less. So it's not that it's stayed the same over the years, but it's taken away the need for me to manage my portion sizes myself, which I could never do. It takes away a lot of noise in my head, a lot of thinking, a lot of a lot of self-discipline, which didn't have at all around food. So it removes a lot of that, and it gives me a lot of peace. And what I found is that when people are with me and I'm preparing my meals, and they're amazed at how much I eat and how well balanced my meals are. So it allows me to eat really well, allows me to eat really good food. It's not, I don't find it anyway restrictive. I can have any vegetable or any meat I want in it, but it's just the amount that it's putting a boundary around the amount that really helps. I've also used cup measures and stuff in the past. All these things can be used as long as there's some boundary around how much I'm having, then that seems to give me peace. As I said, it's not for everyone, but for me, it's given me a lot of peace, and I thought I would do a little video on it. Anyway, if you have any questions or anything, or you want to get in touch, just send me an email or contact me through whether Facebook or Instagram, however you're watching this, and let me know if you have any more questions about it. Anyway, take care. Bye now.